Hello, welcome everyone to beautiful Bellingham and Cascade Hypnosis Center. How's everybody doing today? All right, Jeremy, nice to see you. And John Davis, great to have you back. And John Epstein, thank you all for being here today. And we've also got Tim all the way from Hawaii with us this morning. Let's dive right into our topic today, how to launch a successful hypnosis practice from day one without burning out. We get a lot of folks who want to start their hypnosis practices, and if they launch it in a way that they're trying to do everything at once, that can lead to a sense of burnout. So let's dive into how to make sure that doesn't happen. All right, so welcome everybody. Great to see you here today. I'm Erika Flint. I'm in Bellingham, Washington. It's a beautiful day here today. We are 90 miles north of Seattle and 60 miles south of Vancouver, BC. You can actually see Vancouver, BC from my place. So please, using chat, let us know where you're from. Where are you dialing in to us today? Hi, Bonnie. Thank you for joining us. And we know that Tim is in Hawaii. I'm here in Bellingham. So please use the chat. Oh, Jeremy, you're in Linwood. Awesome. Cool. My niece is performing down tomorrow, so I'll be driving through Linwood tomorrow. Hi, John Davis. All right, let's get started, everybody. I'm Erika Flint. I'm a professional hypnotherapy instructor, board certified hypnotist with the National Guild of Hypnotists, but that's not how it started. It started about 13 years ago. I was in a really low point in my life. I found myself at the emergency room here in Bellingham because of alcohol. And I was miserable. I should not have been miserable according to all of the checks and balances that we like to think about. Good job, great relationship, the house, the cars, all of that stuff. On paper, it seemed like I should have everything that I wanted, but I was miserable. I went through the dark night of the soul. Out of that experience, I became a professional hypnotist. I knew I had to have a new way of living. And so I saved myself. I quit drinking with hypnosis. I lost weight with hypnosis. I've gotten rid of my TMJ with hypnosis. I'm sleeping better with hypnosis. And I've been doing that ever since we started. This hypnosis I'm going to share with you today is so effective because it really gets at root causes, gets rid of limiting beliefs, and people have success right away. My practice was super busy. I had a 3-month wait list. So I became a trainer. I hired my first grads. And that's what we've been doing at Cascade Hypnosis Center ever since, having other hypnotists here working with clients. Everyone that works at Cascade Hypnosis Center is a professional hypnotist too. So I know the power of hypnosis. I know that it can help you personally. So if you're in a position where you're like, oh my gosh, Erika, I'm screwed up. How am I supposed to become a professional hypnotist? Sometimes that's a really good place for you to be because you will have a personal experience with hypnosis that will very much give you your why that will help other people. Okay. That's my story. We've trained over 350 professional hypnotists now, and our business is based on their results. So we want our grads to be successful, and then the results speak for themselves. I'm a board certified hypnotist with the National Guild of Hypnotists, which is the oldest and largest hypnosis professional organization in the world. And the NGH protects our right to continue practicing across the nation as well. This is to say this is a profession. This class isn't about hobby hypnotism. This is about becoming a professional hypnotist, helping people with really hard things they haven't been able to solve before. We like to say hypnosis works even when everything else has failed, because hypnosis gets down into the subconscious and can get to the root where some of our behaviors are stemming from. I'm an author of 4 books. If you would like a copy of any of them, leave a chat or leave something in the chat below. You might want to get Can You Be a Hypnotist? It's all on how to become a professional hypnotist, and we'll send you a free copy of that if you'd like. Just leave a copy below. My goal is to change 1 million lives with hypnosis. And how we get to that number is 1,000 hypnotists helping 1,000 clients in their career. And that brings us to 1 million. At that point, the change in how people perceive hypnosis will be bringing more people to us, not as an afterthought or as a last resort, but maybe one of the first things that they try. Let me see if I can resolve this in my mind instead of taking a pill or something like that. Our agenda today is we're going to talk about the modern and professional hypnotherapeutic techniques that we use and teach at Cascade Hypnosis Center. I don't teach you anything that we don't use with clients. We're very particular in the strategies that we're going to teach you because there are some things that work so well that once you learn them, you're going to be set. This is a systematic and repeatable way to do hypnosis, and students have success with it right away and build confidence right away. You'll have an experience in class that makes you a true believer in hypnosis and helps you to launch and share your why. There's no experience or education required. You don't have to be a counselor or a therapist. Your life experience is usually what's going to serve you. If you were a software developer like I was, that's going to help you. If you were a teacher, that's going to help you. So wherever you came to, that is exactly right. You will use it in your future as a professional hypnotist. And today we're going to talk about getting your first clients, how to launch without overwhelm. Okay, so it can be easy to try and do all the things at once. But I'm going to show you the 3 things today that you will want to do so that you can launch without the overwhelm. So why are you here? You're probably thinking about becoming a professional hypnotist. You might already have experience with hypnosis, or maybe somebody in your life did. You probably know the power of the mind, but you do want the skills of a professional hypnotist. This is not stage hypnosis. This is not entertainment hypnosis. This is hypnosis, usually one-on-one, often in person, sometimes remote, but it's where our clients get relief for things that they've been struggling with, often for a long time. So who is this training for? This is a very heart-centered style of hypnosis and business practice. Okay, so this, again, it's not stage hypnosis. This isn't entertainment hypnosis. This isn't that we're not going for a cool factor here. Okay, this really is to help people with hard things. Our students tend to be people with a servant's heart. They want to do something for the greater good. Maybe you're a massage therapist, maybe you're a teacher, and clients emoting, students emoting, where your heart is getting pulled and you're noticing these things. You might already have people coming up to you and sharing with you without prompting. And that's because you're creating a safe space for them. They feel comfortable with you, and so they're just sharing with you. And so we're looking for compassionate humans. And it tends to be healers, nurses, educators, a lot of massage therapists and teachers, a lot of retirees, folks who want to leave their corporate job and start something different and start a heart-centered practice. Do you feel like you're meant to help others in meaningful and lasting ways? And are you intrigued by how the mind works? Believe me, you're inherently more powerful than we realize. That combination is usually a very good thing. We're going to operate from love and curiosity. Right? Love and curiosity for our clients. So we're curious and we might be concerned or compassionate, but curiosity is a very big factor. So some of the questions that we will cover today: why be a hypnotist? What is that like? Does it really work? And can you really do it? We do get a lot of questions. Some of our primary questions are, how am I going to make money? And can I really do it? We're going to talk a little bit about both of those things today. How will you make money? And showing you how to actually do it in ways that we know work because our grads do it. We've had our grads do it for quite some time. How does our training work? What is it like? What does it include? What is it like after class is over? And the price, of course, the details. When is it? So why become a hypnotist? You really get to help people. Really get to contribute in a meaningful way. Sometimes when it feels like there's an overwhelming experience in the world where we might feel helpless or out of control, here we get to help where we can. We get to help people right where they are in front of us. It is very fulfilling. As a matter of fact, yesterday, my client is doing so well. She insisted how much I helped her. She had been through regular counseling in her life for 6 years. She had it when she was a kid, she had it when she was older, but it wasn't until our sessions of hypnosis that finally got to that really deep place. She was nearly in tears. It's an honor to help people reach that deep place that they know is there, they're behaving from it, but they can't seem to access with their mind, and they become too emotional otherwise. Super fulfilling job. You can earn a great income too. Because these problems are big problems, people are willing to pay real money to solve them. It's absolutely worth it to get rid of decades of trauma or nightmares or the inability to maintain a weight that you'd like and spend $2,000 to $5,000 to fix it forever. Getting started is really easy. You don't need a lot to get started. Your heart is really one of the first things. If that's in the right place, we can teach you everything else. You don't need a big space. You can start virtually. When I started, I had 149 square feet. I only had to have 2 chairs, a bookshelf, and a table. And it's very affordable to get started if you're working either in person or remotely, right? A lot of our clients are open to virtual hypnosis now, okay? Now, there's no prerequisites. You don't need any advanced training. And the reason for that is because the answers are in our client. Unlike other psychotherapy, you might need to memorize things or diagnose someone. We are not doing any of that. Okay. We are creating an environment for our client to feel safe enough for the truth to come out. Okay. So why become a hypnotist? It's also very affordable to get started. Training between 5 and 15K, but after that, there's really not a lot of expenses. There's not a lot of overhead. You might give them a book, but that's about it. It's pretty affordable. You can work from anywhere. We have grads who work in 2 different places. So in the summer, they work one where, and in the winter, they work in a different place. You can also work as much or as little as you want. You get to run your practice. It's an entrepreneurial profession. Work a lot, and then you can take a break. You can work part-time or full-time. You get the freedom to run your own practice, which is really attractive for a lot of people. There's also personal reasons. You might have someone in your life. We have a lot of students who have a sick person in their life. Mom might be sick and she's not getting the results that she wants from traditional medicine. So we have students come in to learn hypnosis to hopefully help someone that they love, somebody very specific. And it might be themselves too. But you will also learn how to live more fully in yourself using the power of hypnosis. And a lot of people like it for spiritual growth because you get to the truth in you. It is very meaningful. This is a story about Linda. It's one of my favorite stories, but based on my client yesterday, she writes a testimonial. Linda came to me nearly in tears. She was pregnant, but she had so much fear about her pregnancy and bringing a young one into the world because of her own trauma when she was younger. She was having such bad nightmares. They were waking her up in the middle of the night and she couldn't really get a handle on it because they were nightmares. And so she came to me, and with hypnosis in 2 sessions, the nightmares were gone. We were able to, using powerful hypnosis, age regression, we were able to create an environment where she was able to go back and resolve some of those big, painful issues from a long time ago in a single session, and the nightmares ended. Now, there was still more work for us to do, okay? There was, I think we ended up doing 6 sessions, but it was extremely powerful for her. I love the story because she got her life back. And then she ended up becoming a teacher and having a couple of children. Let's dive into the process today, the 3-step process to launch your hypnosis practice as a professional hypnotist and not get burned out. Number 1 is to work with private clients. How are you going to do that? We want you working with a lot of private clients and doing something that we call from classroom to client. So when our hypnosis training is over, April 27th through May 3rd, we want you working with new hypnosis clients in May. Okay, the answers are within your clients. So you're going to get results for these people right away, and results speak for themselves. How is that actually going to happen? You will work with clients right away. You don't have to have everything ready. You might think, I need a website, I need a phone. You will get that, just not yet. If you allow yourself to become overwhelmed with all the things you think you need to do at the beginning, it halts people from launching their practice. So at first, you're going to work with people one-on-one with probably regular things. You don't need to niche down from the beginning. Okay, you can if you're already in that field, if you're already a coach, feel free. But for most of our grads, they don't need to niche down. There are plenty of people who have issues with anxiety, sleeping, habits, and just where you're at, you'll be able to help these people. So you get to help the people around you. Okay, you don't need a niche to start. Just help people, help people where they are at. When I meet somebody at a networking event, I'm just going to say, I'm a hypnotist. I help people with really hard things. And then I'm going to stop talking because that person is going to say to me, oh my gosh, can you help me with this? So many people are curious about the power of hypnosis. What really needs to happen for you to launch your practice successfully is for people to know you. People are still afraid of hypnosis with somebody that they don't know. Okay, so this is the first thing. You're going to work with private clients. And how are you going to do that? You're going to develop a conversion story. You're going to develop your why. Why did you want to become a hypnotist? This is important because people want authenticity. And so when you have your personal experience with hypnosis, you get to incorporate this as a conversion story, your why. And it attracts the right type of clients who want the same type of result. So it's going to be your story with hypnosis or someone in your life, or maybe someone that you work with at the beginning. Now, you might be asking, Erika, should I really start a virtual practice? Both virtual and physical practices can work really well, whether you want to launch virtual or you want to launch a physical practice. But your first clients will come from something called direct outreach. Direct outreach means people who are already in your world. They might be your connections right now. They are colleagues of yours. They're already in your world. And when you tell them that you're going to become a professional hypnotist, they're saying, oh, really? Sign me up. Let me know when you're ready. There are things that we're going to do before you even graduate to get people interested who are already in your world. Another thing that you will very likely do if you have a physical location, you're probably going to do an open house with a press release. This works really well, especially in cities where there are business newspapers. They want to talk about new businesses. All of this stuff is free and really easy to do. Now, if you have a virtual practice, you'll probably have a virtual open house as well. You'll do the same thing virtually. You also need a business home base. Do you need a website to start your hypnosis business? No, but you do need a home base. Okay, because people need to know how to find you. You need to have something organized so you know where you're posting things. So here's an example: a Facebook business page, a link tree, and a digital calendar. The digital calendar is important because we want people to be able to sign up with you when you're sleeping. This does not have to take very long. While your business is growing, then you get to consider what you want to put your web page on if you want. We have a lot of experience building web pages, but it's not something that you do on day one. Day one, we want you working with clients. Okay. Now, what is it looking like in the landscape for making money? New hypnotists in the Bellingham area, I'm going to start them around $800 to $1,600 for a 5-session package. If you're in Seattle, you could probably double that. Experienced hypnotists will be charging anywhere from $1,800 to $3,500. Okay. And at that point, if you're thinking about, I want to be a 10K hypnotist, imagine if you had 5 clients a month and they gave you $2,000 each. Okay, that's $10,000 right there. What that looks like is 3 consultations a week. That's it. Your job as a professional hypnotist is to do something so that 3 people land on your consultation every single week. And we will do that with an awareness strategy, but it's going to be something that is easy for you to do. You're not just throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and see what works. And that is what a lot of new entrepreneurs and new business owners do. And that's what I did too, because I didn't know any better. When I first started my practice, I made a golf bench, which was really silly. I didn't even play golf. I advertised in weird magazines. Like, I did everything, but I didn't do everything well. That's the problem. When we try to do everything, you only end up doing each aspect of it half, right? It's only 50% or 25%, which means it doesn't really work. And so we're going to give you an awareness strategy that is going to help you make that easy. I see Don's question, is there professional insurance? Yes, you need to carry professional liability insurance and general liability. We go over that in class. For Cascade Hypnosis Center, it's not that expensive. All right. And how are you going to get these first clients? One will be social proof. You'll share your why. You'll have clients who have shared their testimony, and you'll probably use live events, which takes us to number 2. Once you have your why hypnosis is important, how it changed your life, how, why are you so convinced that hypnosis is good for you, you're going to teach classes live or online. Teaching builds credibility and community. The community where you're at right now probably would appreciate you teaching a stress buster workshop, how to fall asleep, or how to lose a little bit of weight with hypnosis, okay? Now you get to teach on topics that matter to you. You don't have to teach on everything, or you don't have to teach pain management if you're not interested in that. So now it's something that you're enjoying, right? And you get to teach these classes at businesses. You can teach it like at a Friday brown bag business. You can teach it at the library, Kiwanis. You can rent a space and use Eventbrite to bring a bunch of people there. Now, as you're doing that, you're going to begin building your hypnosis resource library. Your hypnosis resource library is an important asset for your business. Every time you teach all of your hypnosis audios and recordings, you start building a asset library for your business that starts doing work for you. Here I am teaching a class at the food co-op in Bellingham. It's a reprogram your way class. I think we had 40 people there. This one was $5. Super cheap. Makes it really easy for people to show up, but it's not zero. If it's zero, you get a lot of hecklers. From this class, the goal is for me to get people to sign up for Reprogram Your Weight, which is exactly what happened. Consumer trust is down. You might realize this. Authenticity is vital. This is why teaching live is so important. I had somebody ask me the other day, they were like, Erika, what do you think about me doing private hypnosis sessions in my house? And he was like a 50-year-old man. And I said, okay, you want to do private hypnosis sessions in your house, but people don't know you yet. Would you want to go over to somebody's house that you don't know and do hypnosis? Usually not, right? Jeremy agreed. We need to be thinking about the experience from our client. In a situation like that, someone who did want to do hypnosis in their house, you got to do a lot of these classes. People need to see you live. They need to know what you're about. It's going to be hard for them to want to show up at your private home without knowing you. Authenticity when we're teaching is so important right now, because there's just so much BS out there. People aren't sure if they're falling into a bro marketing trap or something like that. So what separates hypnotists that struggle from the ones that make a difference? You need a systematic approach. You need the right hypnosis training for what you want to do. And part of that is so you don't get overwhelmed with trying to do too many things. Part of that is hypnosis skill and technique, really good hypnosis. So you will be excellent at the skill of hypnosis. During class, we practice between 2 and 3 hours a day, hands-on, supervised practice. By the time class is over, you feel confident hypnotizing anybody who wants to do hypnosis with you. It's not covert hypnosis. Anybody who wants to do hypnosis with you, you will feel confident hypnotizing them. You need to have the strategy for proper hypnosis and client management. My first hypnosis training did not do that. So my first hypnosis training was okay, but not great. It was not a professional level training. I really enjoyed it. It was a year-long class at the Bellingham Technical College, but honestly, when I was done, I didn't know what to do with a client. I was inspired. But when it came time to me thinking, what do I actually do with a client? I had no idea, because that's not what was covered in the class. This is a very important aspect of getting results for clients. You have to know how to take them from presenting issue to full relief. And that is more than one session. On average, it's 5 sessions. This is one reason why this style of hypnosis helps you grow your business, because you are not selling single sessions. Imagine selling single sessions and you would have to go 30 in a month to make it worth it. We're looking for 5 clients. You also want to know how to build your business. And the hypnosis resource library is part of that. You begin digitizing yourself from day one so that you can send video training, emails, those types of things to your clients. Some of these people then will write you testimonials and it will grow your practice. You also need internal state regulation and self-care. Your client is going to come in stressed, anxious, and they're going to emote all over the place. And so what that means is, because of mirror neurons, it would be really easy for you to have a freak out if you don't stay calm. So part of what we get to do as professional hypnotists is establish and hold a really calm and safe place for our clients to have a freak out. And we get to help them with that. This isn't theory. We want to teach you how it goes, and then we want to help you implement it so that you're successful. How long is a typical session? 90 minutes. 90 minutes plus or minus 15 minutes. Yep, thanks, Tim. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about 5-phase advanced transformational hypnosis. This is a systematic approach for hypnosis. It was developed by Cal Banyan over 20 years ago, but has a history long before that with Gerald Kine and universal therapy. This has been around for a long time, and we only keep the stuff that's working. So it's been around for a long time, and we've kept updating it over and over, and there's a lot of practitioners, so we get a lot of people doing it, which means we continually update it. Basically, always the best of the best, okay? 5-path, I'll go over the phases with you right now. The first phase is what we call PTC, the preparation, testing, and convincing. This is a very important phase. This is the phase where we are going to stop the world for our clients. We're going to make sure that they know that we care. Very good listening and creating that space. That right there will give people hope for the change in the future. And that is the focus of the first phase, hope. Our clients are not hopeless. They might tell you they're hopeless, but they wouldn't be in your office or on a call if they were totally hopeless. There's a little bit of hope there, and we get to help them with that. When they leave, we're going to do a really powerful hypnosis session. We call it the universal pattern script. The client will leave often on cloud 9, feeling like $1,000,000. This is where I have clients say to me, Erika, I forgot what good felt like. When the shift is taking place in their body, I want you to understand something really cool about hypnosis. Most of our clients know what they want to do. Cognitively, consciously, they can write down, this is what I want to happen. But in the moment, they won't feel like it. Oh, I don't feel like it. I'm anxious. I'm scared. They'll come up with an excuse. I wanted to work out this morning and I brought my gym clothes, but I don't feel like it anymore. One of the primary things we're doing in hypnosis is aligning what our client wants with how they actually feel. When their feeling is lined up with what they want, it's easy to follow through. Sometimes that happens in the very first session, and our clients get that alignment again, and it's very powerful. It's not 100%, but a lot of our clients really benefit from deep relaxation with some expert hypnosis. Our client leaves hopeful. After that is phase 2. We are going to use the most powerful technique that we have as professional hypnotists, and that is age regression. Age regression is normal and natural. Don't let anybody tell you anything other than that. Anytime that someone is experiencing what we might consider PTSD, something that happened long ago is now being triggered by something else, that is a real-time age regression that the brain is doing. We get to go in with powerful hypnosis. We get to complete the story for the client's brain. It closes the trauma loop. Our clients leave feeling like $1,000,000. The client that I told you about yesterday, there was so much trauma in her, self-reported, but she felt so light. There was a lightness about her spirit. She was happy again. She told me she found herself laughing more often, just in the last week, okay? And so when we get rid of fear, limiting beliefs in our clients, it increases confidence. And this is usually where the primary problem goes away. If they're drinking too much, this is usually where they stop. If they're smoking too much, this is usually where they stop. Once we get rid of the fear, there's anger. And I want you to watch for this. It's really easy to miss. And some people who aren't accustomed to this work will just see someone being fearful and then angry. Fear, when you get rid of fear, there will always be anger. It is a point of transformation. For example, my client is fearful in the chair and they're afraid of some experience. Maybe they got yelled at when they were younger in school, and we work on it and they're not afraid anymore. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to be mad. They're going to be mad. And I'm going to validate that. I'm going to say, that's right. Anybody in that situation would be mad too. Okay, that has moved them along the progression. Anger is more powerful. Anger is a toward. Our clients are automatically feeling better when they're doing that. And we're going to point that out to them too. Okay. Phase 3, we're going to get rid of that anger. Okay. We're going to get rid of the anger only if it's useless anger. And what I mean by that is it's anger that cannot be acted upon in real time now. Sometimes there are still things that are going on. We're not going to get rid of that anger. That anger is useful. That anger compels us to take action. Anger is very powerful and very useful emotion when we understand it properly. Okay. So now the client is feeling hopeful. They're feeling lighter because we got rid of the fear. They're feeling better because we got rid of any unnecessary anger. And then we're going to have them forgive themselves. Okay. Because that's the truth. After we get rid of anger at others, then they're going to be angry with themselves. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this. I wish I would have done this sooner, Erika. I'm so mad. I can't believe I walked around for the last 4 years carrying around this heavy burden when I could have come in here and seen you for 2 sessions, and I'm feeling better. So we want to catch that because some clients will get feeling a little guilty. Forgiveness of self is really where our client comes alive. There's a lot of self-love that comes out here, self-care, setting boundaries, prioritizing things, and establishing a new way to be in the world. And that's part of our job. We get the honor of helping our clients do that and notice that. Now, phase 5 is parts mediation therapy. That's to get rid of secondary gain. Now, not all of our clients need that, but it is really useful for clients who do have secondary gain issues. And secondary gain would be a second reason to hang on to the problem. It mostly shows up in my practice when clients stop losing weight. So they'll come in and they're losing weight and everything's going fine. And then all of a sudden they come in, Erika, I've plateaued. Many times it has been that the spouse wasn't on board with the weight loss program. And now one half of the equation is living life and she's having fun or he's having fun and biking. So there's no desire for the Netflix and food night. There's no desire to just sit there and eat. We have to catch that because our clients do love their spouses and there can often be a little sadness there. And so we're going to watch for secondary gain and you guys will be trained to how to address it. And it uses a very powerful technique called parts mediation therapy. There's a part of you that wants to get up early in the morning and go on that run. And there's a part of you that wants to get up early and just get another second cup of coffee. There could be a conflict there. Part of you wants to go on the run. Part of you wants to have some more coffee. That doesn't mean it needs to be an issue, but we know how to address it in hypnosis for our clients' benefit. You do need to know how to do that because parts mediation therapy is about an inner conflict. That's its primary issue that it's addressing. And with inner conflict, inner conflict's going to come up in your practice all the time. 5-path is systematic. This is one thing that I love about it. I got my first training and then I took 5-path. 3 days after I finished 5-path is when I got my first client. I didn't really see any clients until I was 5-path trained. I love that it's systematic. I am a software developer and a programmer. I'm an engineer's daughter. I like things systematic. I want flowcharts. I want to see how things work. And that's what 5-path is. So it's criteria based. You're going to know what to do at every step of the way, which means more of your brain gets to be focused on your client. Rather than thinking what to do next, you don't have to do that. You're going to know exactly what to do. And that gives your brain power to be 100% focused on your client. This is where you're going to catch their hesitation. This is where you're going to catch them changing their mind. We want to catch that. Every single time when the unconscious mind is switching track, you got to catch that. They might start a sentence and then switch. There's a lot of nonverbal communication and things that you will catch on your client's face and in their behavior if you're not staring at a clipboard. Depth testing is built in. You want to make sure that your client is at the proper depth of hypnosis. There are easy ways for us to tell. And it's in the 5-path induction. So it's part of the standard training. So you will know how to induce hypnosis and bring them to the proper depth and test them for the proper depth in class. Now, the number one reason I like 5-path, and why, Erika, are you still doing it after all these years? Results. Okay, results. 5-path. It's not always easy for our clients. We're getting the real results. We're getting the negativity out there. The secret ingredient is 7th path. You will also be trained as a 7th path teacher. And this means that you will be able to teach a 7th path class in your community to grow your practice, but it also means that you can teach your client 7th path. So now not only is your client coming to you one-on-one, probably once a week, but they're also learning a very powerful self-hypnosis so they can go home and practice it on their own and gain skill long after they're done working with you. But can you be a hypnotist? After all of this, let's talk about how our hypnosis certification training helps you build a professional practice, even if you don't have any experience with hypnosis, psychology, or owning a business. That was my story too. So just take a moment to imagine how different your life would be if you knew you already had the skills of a successful hypnotist and could change people's lives with your work. Wouldn't that be awesome? So we are looking for compassionate hypnotists to introduce a new era of hypnosis using modern and effective techniques. You did that. You were the one that allowed that to happen. And she just kept saying, Erika, you're right, but I never could have done it without you. I never could have done it without you. And there's truth in that, because like when two heart-centered people come together, right, something bigger can happen. So please don't underestimate the role that you could play in somebody's life. Yes, they're going to have to actually be the ones that go do it, but we get to be the guide. We get to be the one that continues to help create that safe environment so that they can do something very hard. And it is a real honor to help people with these things. People will tell you things they haven't told anyone in their whole life. Erika, I've never told you this, not even my spouse. That's how much shame I'm with it. Okay, so what an honor to help people with that level of sacredness, right? Let me tell you about some of our grads real quick here. Let me get myself out of the way. All right, we'll go through this pretty quick. This is Lisa Finn. Lisa was a life coach, and she's an excellent life coach, but it wasn't until hypnosis that her practice really took off. Now she has a weekly or monthly class, teaches live online, and she's very busy helping people with a lot of different things. So she's really doing a great job. Really proud of her. She's in Connecticut. Kathy Hardy, she was a nurse and she became a professional hypnotist. She was a client first, and then she wrote a couple books. She's just amazing. She's helped a lot of people. She's here in Bellingham. This is Barry Small, Barry, and that's pictured there with Maggie. Barry is a teacher doing awesome work, helping a lot of people with stress and anxiety. Samantha is interesting because she started her practice twice in Seattle, and then she started it again in Minnesota. And she is a personal trainer. So she combines hypnosis with personal training so that people are getting even better results. Okay. Anthony Gitch is an awesome hypnotist. He started the Seattle Hypnosis or the Washington Hypnosis Convention, and we're really proud of him. So he's helped a lot of people, really awesome individual. Christian Scoresmith. Christian said something very nice about me today. Let me show you what Christian said. If someone is reading this and considering hypnosis as a profession, I can personally vouch for the quality and insight of Erika's training and support. I took her class almost a decade ago, and as a result, one of the most successful and satisfied hypnotists in my region. And that's true. Christian won the Best of Seattle last year, and he does that nearly every year. Okay, so this stuff works. Thank you, Christian, for the review. That's on LinkedIn if you guys want to check it out on LinkedIn. So what are the requirements? Each state has a different requirement. In the state of Washington, you do need to become registered. We go over all of that in class. The requirements are anyone with a desire to help others at the deepest level. There is no training. You don't need to have psychology or therapy. We just require that life experience. I'll just bring that up again. It's your previous life experience. The possibilities are endless with hypnosis because we're helping everyday people with everyday problems. Nearly everybody you meet can benefit from hypnosis. Once you become a professional hypnotist and you tell people, I'm a professional hypnotist. Really? Can you help me stop nail biting? Can you help me stop pulling out my hair? Can you help me get better sleep? Can you help me lose 5 pounds? Everyone is so interested because they want to be empowered. And what an honor to be able to help people with that, right? Nearly everybody you meet can benefit from hypnosis. So can you actually hypnotize somebody? This is us in class, a couple of our grads there. And yes, of course you can. We know how to teach hypnosis. I think this is going to be one of the 35th time I've taught this class. And my goal for this class is that you leave knowing that you can hypnotize anybody that wants to do hypnosis with you. With that level of confidence, it changes everything. The best hypnotic techniques are repeatable, so you will be able to use them in your own practice. The class is taught hypnotically. It's fast and fun. You'll do hypnosis in class. We repeat certain aspects of class in different ways. Everybody learns slightly differently so that you can gain skill quickly. We have remote and in-person students. You will be trained on hypnotizing somebody in person and remotely, which is really good. A lot of our clients are open to remote hypnosis now. You don't need a bunch of inductions or a bunch of scripts. This is insight-based hypnosis. So we're going to do the deep work and we're going to back it up with direct suggestion. Nothing I've shared with you here is theory. We've used this system to create multiple 6-figure businesses and so have our grads. Okay. So is now the time for you? That's the question, because the better the fit, the better the result. We are looking for hypnotists for our next class. It is April 27th through May 3rd. It is the perfect time for you to sign up and complete the pre-work for this class. There is a bit of pre-work, and the reason for that is because you guys don't want to come to a Hypno 101 class. Because you want to come into the advanced material. So there's a little bit of work to do ahead of time so that everybody comes in on the same page. It's highly appreciated by everybody. So let's talk why you showed up here today. If you're here to serve people, to change, to transform yourself and others, then yes, you can become a professional hypnotist because hypnosis provides rapid and repeatable. We can do hypnosis with somebody and intend that there's going to be a change, and there will be a change. Something will happen, but we will get results. If you like the idea of hypnosis training, but not just any hypnosis training, but proven hypnosis training, this might be the best class for you. This is from a client, and this is up on the hypnosis success board right now. I've lost almost all the weight I wanted, but my neuropathy is better, and that was unexpected. It was a huge win for her. This is life-changing for people. She came to lose weight, but her neuropathy got better, so now she can quilt again. Thank you, you changed my life. I have lashes and brows. So happy. This is from a young person, and Shannon worked with her. It's called trichotillomania. There's a lot of young people that struggle with this. When is the next training? April 27th through May 3rd. Here's us in the classroom when it was downstairs. Here is Blueberry, still my hypnosis chair. This is the hypnosis success board. Lots and lots of personal wins. This increases authenticity. It's in my client's handwriting. I get to share it with their handwriting online, and it helps quite a bit. We talked about working with private clients and your why, and then teaching classes. The last is generating hypnosis recordings, which leads to passive income. These 3 things work together because when you're sharing your why, people are going to want to know more. They might want to take your class, or they could download a recording and experience it. But the benefit of having a hypnosis recording, especially for your remote clients, you get to give them this recording before they even do hypnosis with you. I'm giving our remote clients, our Zoom clients, I want them to practice with hypnosis with my voice for at least a week before the hypnosis starts. And that tends to help a lot, especially for clients who are wondering, I don't know if this is going to work online. Give them one of your recordings and they're going to start having some change right away. Okay. They will come into the session more confident. But you also get to sell that recording. You get to package it and turn it into a course a program. You get to use it to bring in new clients. Work once, earn many times. Record a hypnosis audio for your clients. You'll give it away in your class. We want you to build a business that works for you, teaching the classes you like, sharing the recordings you like. Here's an example timeline. You graduate from class on May 5th. The first week you develop your conversion story. The second week, establish home base. And then the third week, get your first class on the calendar and learning to relax. This is an 8-week timeline. Just these short things to launch your practice. Develop your conversion story and your why. First 2 weeks. You'll start working with your first 2 to 4 clients at the same time, and then you'll establish the home base. After that, you'll schedule your first class, probably the Stress Buster workshop or something that you're interested in. And after that, you'll make your recording and make it available. So there's something you're doing every week that makes it systematic. You're not going to get overwhelmed. You're not trying too many things, but you have a very specific task for each week. For me, as the teacher and the mentor, after this is over, I find myself helping grads know what not to do. These are the things you need to do to launch your practice. Then we get to go back and incorporate some of the other things that you might want: automation, website, email, all of those things. Our training program includes everything you need to be a successful hypnotist. There's comprehensive pre-work, get you up to speed. Okay, so that the advanced training sinks right in. It's a 7-day in-person training here in Bellingham. You can also take it remotely. We do know not everybody can travel here. There's a 6-month implementation program after the fact. So we will help you if you choose to enter that program. We'll help you implement everything that you learn in class so that it's easy for you to get your first clients, success with your first clients, and then off and running. We also include the hypnosis training library. That's our resource library. Tons of video recordings, swipe files, all sorts of things in there for you to make use of. Does anybody else have any questions? I know there were some up earlier. Did all the questions get answered? Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for spending afternoon with me. And I look forward to seeing you in the hypnosis classroom soon. Our class is over half full. Actually, there's only 2 in-person spots left. So if that's you, please get registered as soon as possible. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.